Welcome back to Boar's Physical Media Rant. I'm Vanessa and he's Charles. Don't forget to like our video. It lets us know that you actually like the content that we are putting out. It also helps YouTube algorithm get more of our videos out there for people like you. Don't forget to comment down below if 1, you've seen this movie, 2, if you're planning on picking up this movie this Tuesday, and keep hitting that subscribe button.
Welcome. We talked about this movie yesterday. We said we were going to finish it. We finished it. So we are doing a review today on Shout Scream Factory, releasing this Tuesday, is Robocop from 2014.
Here's your front.
Coming to 4K.
Here's your side. And here's your back. And movie. And there is disc art. So pretty much the synopsis of this film is pretty much the same one there is as the original. There is many differences in this one. Obviously, Robocop is not in his original suit. He's in a different suit, and it is a different color. The way he dies is different from the original. He gets blown up instead of actually shot here and there. This movie is not the best remake, but it's pretty decent, I would say.
I guess you want to hear my opinion.
Of course. I'm not, like I said, it's not great, but it's a good movie if it was by yourself, never even heard of Robocop. But again, who hasn't heard of Robocop?
So it has an hour and 56-minute runtime. The runtime has a burn. The story, most people already know the story, but I guess in case you didn't, they wanted to reiterate the story, but in a different fashion. I think it took too long to set the story. Had some good stars in it. Had Gary Oldman, had Michael Keaton, so you had some notable stars in it.
You did, and the guy who played Hiccup.
Yeah. If you don't know who that is, How to Train Your Dragon.
Yes.
But the runtime was a little slow. Maybe until it got to like maybe the last 40 minutes is when it finally amped up and you felt like you were watching a Robocop movie. But before that, it was just too story driven to where it just slowed down. I mean, it kept talking about his wife and their son and anything else that was going on in the shithole that is Detroit. So, I mean, I got burnt out on it. But like I said, the last 40 minutes of it was a great part of it. That made it more interesting. I think they could have slimmed it down, trimmed the story down a little bit where it just didn't drag. It dragged too much for me.
Right.
She's more that can tolerate that type stuff.
I can't.
When I get into like action movies, I want it to
from the beginning
set the story and just go. But like,
yeah.
I don't care about the son. I don't give a shit about the wife. I know damn well what happens. That happened in the original, especially if it's a remake. If it's a new movie, new story, then by all means. But you still don't need to drag it.
Right.
Like you're watching a Robocop movie to see Robocop.
Right.
You don't give a damn about the kid. You don't give a damn about the wife. I mean, there's two characters I did not care about. Right. Gary Oldman played a good role. I mean, he was an asshole. Michael Keaton was an asshole, which I speak very highly of Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
Both of them are very, very good actors.
They really are.
You expect that out of Gary Oldman because most of his movies, then he portrays an asshole.
Yeah. The guy who plays Robocop in this is actually the same guy who plays in the movie that just recently came out of Silent Night.
I did not know that until yesterday.
Yep.
Of course, I haven't seen this movie in a while.
Right.
But the 4K transfer on this was excellent.
Yes, it was.
From beginning to end, there was no blur, crystal freaking clear. It looked like a brand movie to today's standards.
Yeah.
Minus James Cameron overlooking it with the AI bullshit.
Yeah, but we don't count him. So
he just needs to croak and just move on.
I do agree with you though that the transfer was very solid. It definitely was like something that you would see nowadays.
Today's standards,
Today's standards, yes.
They had DTS HD audio master. Yeah, master audio. Said it too quick. 5.1. You did not need Dolby Atmos.
No.
The DTS took it to another level from the beginning to the very end. You can hear every word of anybody spoken, even when they whispered.
Yep.
You got an action scene or a chase scene, especially with him riding the motorcycle.
Yep.
You can hear everything. You hear the booms, you hear the cannons, not the cannon, but the grenade launchers, you hear rocket launchers, you hear the gunshots, you heard everything going all over the living room or your bedroom or wherever you have it at. But the sound was great. Now special features, I mean, obviously you got the 4K master from the original camera negative, presented in Dolby Vision. The first disc obviously is just the movie in 4K, because you know how Scream Shout like to separate the special features / Blu-ray, put it on the Blu-ray, not on the 4K. But Blu-ray also got a 4K master from the original digital intermediate, obviously. Robocop engineered for the 21st century, 3-part documentary on the reimagining of Robocop. You did have deleted scenes in this, which none of the other films really had deleted scenes except for the first one. Omnicorp product announcement, which is basically a commercial of showing you what
products that they had coming out. So you have obviously, you know, your big old huge thing. You have their like drone thing.
T209, something like that. 208.
And then you got their drone, and then you also have
his body armor. You have his motorcycle.
Yes, you also have the robots flat out.
Yeah.
Kind of remind you of like Ultron from Marvel. They kind of look like that. You know,
and then you had your theatrical trailers also. But film-wise, transfer, definitely a 5 out of 5 on transfer. Film, I would say a 3 out of 5. A 3 out of 5 for me. I can't give it no higher, because at the beginning it didn't
take off.
It just didn't. It moved too slow. It could have moved a lot quicker, and it didn't. It overstayed its welcome, but like I said, the last 40 minutes
was solid.
It really kicked ass. This is a good movie then, but the first half, not so much. What would you rate it?
I agree with the transfer. The transfer is a 5 out of 5. Scream Shout Factory did a really good job with this transfer. The movie itself, I honestly would probably say like a 3.5, because it's not, like you said, it's not the best. But when you want to watch Robocop, you honestly want to watch the first one. Let's be honest.
Yeah, the first one is by far the best.
Yeah. So
but, obviously. But this is I would not recommend picking this up day one.
I would wait for a sale.
We got a review copy, so I mean, by all means, obviously. But I would wait for a sale. But I mean, if you're a big fan of this movie, then by all means, pick it up. So special features. I assume this is the same special features that was on the Blu-ray disc that was out before. I really don't know, to be honest with you.
We had the Blu-ray.
Yeah, but I'm thinking it probably was. I don't think there was anything new added.
I don't think there was either.
As far as sound, I definitely would have gave the sound at least a solid 4 out of 5, because it hit pretty good.
Yeah.
Special features, I mean, there wasn't
much
anything new.
But there at least was deleted scenes.
There was deleted scenes. Whatnot. I'd probably get a 3 out of 5 also. But like I said, transfer is definitely a 5 out of 5. Movie itself just did not take off for me. I've seen it before. I was hoping with this transfer it would change my mind a little bit, but it didn't. Like I said, the last 40 minutes of it's well worth your attention. But if you're a fan of this, it's going to be available this Tuesday. But overall, great out of everything for me would be a 3 out of 5. And that's stating highly just for the picture. The picture alone. You?
Probably 4 out of 5.
Yeah, she's a little more partial to this movie than
but
I am.
I understand where he's coming from, though, because I understand, like, the whole drag doesn't really help. You know, if you took that out, I mean, you do have a solid transfer with Scream and Shout Factory doing this. You do have decent audio with this. I mean, you don't, like you said, you don't really have anything new for special features. But I mean, for us, we don't really watch the making of or any of that.
No.
We normally don't. We normally watch the deleted scenes and bloopers, and then the trailers. That's normally what we watch. But I would say probably a 4 out of 5.
Movie's $35.99, so I don't think it's worth the price. I would wait for a sale. And like I said, unless you're a big fan of this movie, I am not.
Yep.
Of course, I was brought up with the original, and
Yes.
the original was just the original. Nothing ever beats an original film. It's very rare that it does.
Right.
You get a film better than the original or close to it.
Yeah.
Now, if Tom Cruise was in this movie, possibly Nicolas Cage, I might have different views because it's the star power bringing to it.
Right.
Because Nicolas Cage can shine in any movie that he's in.
Mm-hmm.
But the guy didn't do bad.
No.
What was his name? Joel Kinnaman.
Yeah.
He didn't do a bad. He's not a bad actor. It just didn't take off.
I mean, if you're somebody who hasn't ever watched the original,
then you probably have a different view on it.
right? I mean, let's comment down below if you've never watched the original and you've only seen this one. Comment down below on how you feel about this movie, and you know, whether it's the Blu-ray transfer or even if you upgrade to the 4K transfer. Let us know down below.
Well, that's our review on Robocop 2014. We will see you on the next one.
Bye.